Hi, welcome back. It's Mike Newton down here at Lytham Golf Academy. In this video, we're going to talk about the neck sleeve settings on the new TaylorMade M5 and M6 drivers and really exactly what settings are happening, what loft it does, how that might then change lie angle, how it might change face angle. Loads of golfers out there very confused as to which setting does what and how it actually changes it, thinking it does actually the opposite. So we're going to talk a bit about that. So if you've got TaylorMade M5, M6, new drivers, then stay tuned. We're going to talk a bit about the loft sleeve. So the new neck sleeve from TaylorMade, there's 14 different settings. There's up to 4 degrees of loft adjustment to be made. So loads of settings, and then also you've got upright settings. But as you're altering this around in the club head, it's also going to be changing loft angle and also face angle. So loads going on. And I find so many golfers will say, you know, I don't really understand exactly what this does, higher, lower, upright. What does that supposed to do to me for my particular delivery and shape of shot I'm hitting? So we'll start off with working from standard and into higher loft. So as we would realign or line the standard loft setting into the back of the hosel, that will play the club at its loft that it's stamped on. So if it's a 9-degree drive, it'll play a 9-degree square setting and a standard lie angle. Then as we adjust into each notch, so there's 1, 2, 3 notches, which will take you into that higher setting, which is up in the loft. Each notch is 0.75 addition to loft, but then it will close the club face by 1.5 for each sort of notch also. So 1 notch in from standard is 0.75 more loft, but you're going to close the club face by 1.5. And then going into the next notch is again another addition of 0.75, so a total of 1.5 added loft, but then you're going to close the club face by another 1.5 to make it 3 degrees closed. Hopefully you follow me by now. And then if you put it in the section where it says higher, is its full highest loft addition there, which is 2 degrees, but that is then going to close your club face by 4 degrees. So for that particular golfer who maybe hits the ball left to right, slices it, big heavy fade, loses the ball to the right of target, then typically through a fitting session there's an option there of going into a lower lofted, so a loft that's maybe a lot lower than what you would normally do, go into, but then up the loft back up through the neck sleeve, which is then going to try and close the club face, which is hopefully going to reduce that left to right shot. So there's an addition there, or as an advantage of what the neck sleeve can do for a certain golfer to hit a desirable shape or reduce a certain bad shot that they've got in their game. So equally, if we go in the other direction and we go into the lower settings, this is now going to open the club face. So 1 notch in is 0.75 less loft, and that is going to open the club face by 1.5. So it's exactly the same what we've done, but it's just the other way around when we go into that lower setting. Up to, if we put that lower word in line with the back of the hosel of the driver, that is going to play the driver at minus 2 degrees of loft from what's stamped on it. So if it's an 8 degree, you're going to take that down to a 7 degree, and that is going to open the club face by up to 4 degrees. Okay, so again, for the golfer who maybe pulls the ball to the left, hooks it to the left, overdraws it, that again is a good option to maybe try and reduce that left miss out of their game. Now each of these settings, as you're moving it around, TaylorMade are sort of saying it's going to alter the spin number, the backspin number by roughly around sort of 200 revolutions. So it's very minimal, up to sort of about 350 revs as a total from the full range of movement. So it is quite subtle on how it changes spin. Again, we know, I think through videos you maybe watched of mine and other people on YouTube, strike will make a big difference to those spin numbers also, but I think over a set of average numbers over a period of time, you know, it might just help to control your spin number a little bit also. So talk a little bit about the lie angle of the driver, which is something that a lot of golfers will sort of overlook. We talk a lot about lie angles of irons through fittings, but sometimes with drivers, golfers don't really understand how lie can actually help their particular game. So we have what you call an upright setting in the TaylorMade neck sleeve. So if we're to spin all the way around, it doesn't actually say anything on the hosel there, but when you take the shaft out, it says UPRT, which stands for upright and lie. So basically that is changing the lie angle of the club and making the toe of the club more upright. So again, that's a very useful tool through fitting sessions in terms of trying to reduce a right shot, an overfade, slice or miss to the right of target, because by moving the toe more upright or making the line more upright helps to get the face to point more left, and again reduce that right shot. Probably the biggest miss of most right-handed golfers would be a slice to the right of target. So that lie angle is quite a popular option or popular setting for a lot of golfers to try and reduce that shot also. So we've also got little notches between the higher setting and the lower setting to the upright position as well. So again, it's all subtle changes in upright as you're changing the loft and the face angle, which gives us a total of 12 different settings in the neck sleeve alone. Now this applies to both M5 and M6 drivers. Now obviously M5, you've then on top of that, you've got movability of sliding weights on the sole to again dial in even deeper. So it provides loads of options to really dial that golfer in to hit a desirable shape they want, or try and reduce that certain shape that they've got through obviously through neck sleeve, but also through loft, as in a static loft you're putting in the head, because the TaylorMade will offer 9 degree, a 10.5, etc. And then also you've got the weight settings on M5. Obviously M6 you don't have that, but again, you've got 12 settings to work into in the neck sleeve to try and help reduce or hit a desirable shape for that particular golfer. So there we go, guys. There's the neck sleeve settings on TaylorMade. I think it's a video, I've done one previously from the original M1 on my channel about, what was that, about 3 years ago now. And it's had loads of views. And I think it's a topic that a lot of golfers do get confused with, struggle to understand how that actually changes and how that then may affect them as a golfer in terms of their particular shot. So hopefully that video helps you. There's a diagram through there which I've been putting up, which I think explains it a little bit more there. So again, you might want to pause that, screenshot that, and maybe just take that and keep it somewhere for future reference. Just other one thing to point out, and I see this a lot with golfers who've maybe bought a club on eBay, a TaylorMade driver on eBay or off the mate or something, and they go, oh, okay, I've got a really good sort of buy. And when I take the shaft out, there's actually right hand and left hand tip adapters here. So obviously the left hand goes in left-handed head, right hand goes in right-handed head, but so many golfers, sometimes the shafts get switched around over the lifespan, and golfers have bought a right-handed drive with a left-handed tip section, which obviously then doesn't do what it says in terms of the settings. So they're setting it thinking, oh, I'm up the loft, they're actually lowering it. It does the opposite. So just bear in mind, there is an RH stamped and there will be an LH stamped on the hosel when you take it out of the club. So just, if you're buying second hand, just double check that the shaft adapter is matching the head, as in right hand and left hand. Just one thing to sort of point out there. Okay, hopefully this video's helped. If you've got that, and maybe let me know if you've got a M5, M6. Comment down below. Let me know the setting that you've got it on and why. Okay, and if that's something that you didn't realise it did, then comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on that particular subject. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate watching as always. Do follow my social media platforms, both Instagram and Twitter. Both handles there are @MNGolfCoach. And if you're enjoying the content I'm putting out there and you haven't subscribed, then please smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you get notifications at any future videos. And hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.